get, I had bad on it. I broke it. Right. Cause we're watching Breaking Bad. Dumb joke aside, what's up YouTube? It's Onion Bomb here, and welcome to, first episode of Breaking Bad reaction. Finally watching this show. It's 2019, I know, it's crazy, I've never seen it before. All I know is, it has to do with, meth lab, making meth, has Bryan Cranston, and, and that was recorded August 27th, 2019. 5 going on 6 years ago when I first watched the first episode of Breaking Bad. And now we're here, May 10th, 2025. I have finished Better Call Saul and uploaded it to my channel. So yes, this video, I just kind of want to make one last, video about, just commemorating my finishing of the Breaking Bad universe. I recorded this already a little bit ago, literally right after I finished the show, but I rambled too much and it ended up being way too long. I want this to be a decently quick video. Still probably gonna yap a bit, but yeah, it was way too long, so I want to just get another shot. But yeah, I have now finished Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And if you missed any of my reactions to any of that, El Camino too, they should all be on my YouTube channel. As of right now, they're all up on my YouTube channel. I think the one exception is Nippy from Better Call Saul. I think that might be blocked in a few territories. If you're in the US, I think it's fine, but if you are outside the US, I think it might be blocked for you, unfortunately. But all the other ones should still be up to my knowledge as of right now. And unfortunately with YouTube and the copyright system, anything can be taken down at any time, so it's never really safe. But hey, it lasted this long, so hopefully it should be good. Knock on wood. But yeah, it was a long journey, definitely long. I know I took way too long to finish this all. I watched this series. It took me literally almost 6 years, when probably a lot of you guys binged it all in a week or something. But yeah, I kind of took my time with it. Took some, hiatuses and whatnot. I just got busy throughout the way as well. But it happened. I just want to say one last thank you to everyone who has watched all of this, or even if you just watched any of it, thank you. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are both honestly 2 of my favorite shows of all time now. I went in completely blind, not really knowing anything about them, and now I came out, I knew some hype about them, but that was, I came out, them being some of my favorite shows ever. So it was honestly a really fun to watch, really cool to watch, and I just thank you all for watching. And if they ever do make another show, I'll be sure to watch it. And part of me thinks that we're good. I don't want them to milk it too much, and then the Breaking Bad creator legacy is kind of diminished. Right now they got 2 goated shows. A third one, I kind of explained this in my last reaction. It would be a little bit of a stretch. And I think they, that in the universe they have right now, I'm not sure if they have too many stories to explain further, a whole series worth. But people have come up with a few ideas, and I've put together a tier list of the ideas of what the next Breaking Bad show would be. S tier being, that I think would be great ideas for show, and D tier being, this would not work as a show at all. And this what took me the first time I did this video long. I went in and ordered this, and I'm just gonna go through this real quick. This was the main one that I've seen some ideas. Some might be jokes, like Hank's Minerals. I mean, what even is that? What does that even mean? A whole show about where it makes him. I'm pretty sure that one's a joke one, but I took this seriously, so that one I went in D tier. Deal. What? And then C tier, I have Better Huel. I love Huel, but I don't know, a whole show about Huel. I don't know. I feel like him being the main character would have to change his character a bit. I think he works best as like a side character and funny. And I don't know what all he would do in like a show, like maybe some of his jobs. But I don't know. And now that I'm like thinking about, maybe C might be a little bit harsh, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking about something I did last time, but yeah, I'd go C for that. And then B here. B is like the middle, like there might be some things here. The names are kind of crazy, but like it's the idea of the show itself. There's ideas here, but I don't know if there'd be like a full show's worth. Maybe like a season or a movie or a special, but yeah, we have a full mockumentary. I would love a movie about a full mockumentary about like, you know, them interviewing Skylar, interviewing people like after, like someone doing a documentary on in the universe about like the Heisenberg stuff. I feel like that'd be sick. In fact, I may even, if it's just like a one and done thing, I'd move that to S even. But I feel like if that would be a whole show, that'd be a little bit much. So that's why it's in B, because I think this is shows. Jesse in Alaska. I'd like to see what Jesse's up to in Alaska and like how he's living. But again, I don't know if that's like a whole show worth, and I don't even know if that's like a movie, because I feel like his movie was already El Camino, and I think it's just we let Jesse rest. He's in Alaska now, hopefully not getting caught like Saul. So that's why that's in B. Better fuck Chuck. I mean, the name is insane, but a show about like Chuck and how he like really like got to the point where like he had his like disease, and him like kind of be jealous of, envious of Jimmy, and like kind of having to bail him out through like lawyer stuff. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. Not like the most material, but you know, something there. And what a better Rim Kim, like again, insane title, but the actual idea of a show about like Kim and mainly her backstory, her past, because her and her mom were kind of interesting. I'd like to see more about that. I thought Better Call Saul was going to show more about it, but ended up not. And not entirely complaining about that, but it just seems like there was more to explore the relationship between Kim and her mom. That's why that's in B. I guess I don't know a whole show about that, but maybe like a season or a movie or something could work. And then we have the A tier. And this, honestly, this is all, to me, all three of these are like the same show. Better Feed Flynn, Holly Show, or Skylar Show. And maybe some of these, like if they were, like if it was just a Skylar Show, if they were just like each other, maybe they'd be a little bit like under. But basically what I'm saying is an A tier, a show about the White family after like what are they getting up to after, how are they dealing with like, you know, highs. I'm sure like the news getting out and some people in society won't actually like, you know, look too highly about them. So that's what I'm kind of saying. Honestly, like A might be a little high for that, especially if you like, once again, I didn't really go off the names. Better Feed Flynn. I'm just kind of like, guys, like a Flynn. Like, I kind of wish they were labeled as just so how like Holly Show, Skylar Show, Flynn Show. Like, I just like to see like life after and like how things are dealt with. And like, I've seen the idea of, you know, Flynn, kind of Walter Jr., kind of Breaking Bad. And as interesting as an idea that is, I don't think it would work too well, because I after everything he went through, I just couldn't really see him doing that, and just in general, I don't really see him doing that after like what happened in Breaking Bad and just how he was in Breaking Bad. But it would be interesting. So I made this a little bit ago. I'm a little bit kind of iffy on you know the being. I may move that to B, all those to B, and like the full mockumentary, maybe that would be A if I move that around a bit. But yeah, I'd still pretty much. I kind of would like to check in and see what Skylar and Holly and Flynn are up to. Might be a different vibe of a show, not exactly like Breaking Bad, but I feel like there could be some cool stuff to explore there. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe not. And now we have the S tier shows. So all the other ones, those are like speculation. I don't expect to ever see anything about that. These, I think these actually have a a really good chance of being a show. We got the Salamanca show, like a show about like the Salamancas, like their rise to power, like them being in power. Like we explore more about like just all the Salamanca. I feel like that would be cool. Like they were really iconic characters. And just, you know, and like Lalo, Tuco, the brothers, and also, by the way, the one brother, the actor, he actually streams on Twitch like myself, and I followed him, and he said my name. He said Onion Bomb. He thanked me for the follow. Yay!
What do you think? Now sit back, relax, Onion Bomb, thank you.
Hey!
Thank you for the follow.
Yo!
They're conquering this shit, man. They cannot rate
Yo, that's fire.
What happened?
So yes, not to brag, but I might be canonical in the Breaking Bad universe now. I'm kidding, but yeah, a Salamanca show would be absolutely sick. That would be fire. I would really like a Salamanca show. I think that might actually be the best one. Maybe. Definitely, there's the most material there, definitely. Especially if they start, like, way back. Like, they could get, like, a whole other show about that. I think they could do that. And that's probably their safest bet as well. And then I've got a show. Now that wouldn't be surprising. Like, maybe similar vibes that, like, you know, Disney should make a Darth Vader, like, show. Like, the movies or, like, a Darth Vader thing. Like, a Darth Vader story. But I mean past Gus, like way back Gus, like how he got into it, you know, like at the point that led up to his like friend being shot, and like some like the Don Eladio, him, and like how he got into like cahoots with him, I guess, and how he like built the brand of, you know, Los Pollos Hermanos, and a lot of that kind of was explored in Better Call Saul to a degree, but I feel like there's a deeper look we could take on that, and yeah, it would be a bit interesting. I think they could make that work. Maybe not as, you know, not as much material as a Salamanca show. That might only be a season or two, but I think there might be something there, because we all love Gus too. And then the final one, maybe even my front runner of what I like want to see the most, is a Mike cop show. Like a Mike backstory, his days in Philly, maybe him like, you know, taking his first bribe, like Breaking Bad, and like the eyes of like the cop getting corrupted, seeing like his son, and like his son go to like, you know, die and everything, and like there's a lot of Mike's backstory that was only explained and not seen, and there's a lot more that could have been explored, I feel like. So I feel like that could be a very good way to show. I really like Mike. I especially liked him in Better Call Saul, so I would be super down to get a Mike cop show. That would be sick to me. That would be sick to me. So yeah, and that's all my opinion. Like I said, you know, I'm someone who kind of like always kind of wants more, almost. Like I was like, oh, once I finish, like, oh man, I want more, low key. Even if it has a good ending, like I know that's how we get like, you know, unnecessary sequels, and how things like legacies kind of get ruined sometimes. But I don't know, if it can work, it can work. Like, hey, Breaking Bad, you know, that was fine as is, but then they made Better Call Saul, so it really they really could do it again. If anyone can do it, it's them, the people who make Breaking Bad. So yeah, I would not mind at all. Maybe there's an idea I'm missing. I wouldn't mind if they just like did like another Breaking Bad story, like in like the same universe, but like completely different characters. Even like they made great characters. Like they're Walter, Jesse, Saul, Gus, Mike, you know, all the Salamancas, Kim. They made so many iconic characters, honestly, and Hank, and that reminds me. I think Tears had like a Hank cop show. I'd put that, I think, in B, because That would be cool. I like Hank, but I feel like that would just be like a cop show, low key, and some interesting stuff. But I feel like the main like stuff of Hank got explored and shown in Breaking Bad. But that might be the case some other of these, and I'm saying there could be those shows. So yeah, something like that wouldn't be bad. And even if they just left it, like I say, if they just left it, that'd be fine too, because they made 2 fantastic shows, and I'm glad I watched them. And they were very fun to watch, very fun to react to. I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, that's my tier list of, potential Breaking Bad sequels, Better Call Saul sequels, whatever you want to call it. And we'll see what happens in the future. If any of those come to fruition, I'll react to them, anything they make like that. But for now, it is what it is. Might be it. That's going to be the end of me watching Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and stuff in that universe. One last giant thank you so much for watching, if you did. Thank you for your patience over the years. And now is time to see what's next in my YouTube journey. I mentioned this a little bit. I don't know what show is necessarily going to replace this slot. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily have a replace. I do have some other things going. But I would like to get another live action show going. So we'll just see. We'll see what the future. I have a few ideas. Feel free to suggest some, though I can't promise I'll do them, but I'll take suggestions though, definitely. Because who knows? Maybe I'll just like it and use it. But yeah. Can't believe it's finally over. Like it was great. It was great. Go to June. Alright, this video's already been a little bit longer than I anticipated, but this is still not as bad as the other one I tried to watch. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe. You know, it's always up to you. I will see you guys in the next video. You watch of me. A good boy. To you guys, and to Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.